Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to GB Gaming. And indeed, Corey loses. Corey is joining us on this one. Hi, Corey.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. And we've also got another couple of special guests here. We've got Bane, of course, but he doesn't bear talking about.
Thanks.
It's all right. And Draconis, as always, is going to be leading the charge into victory.
Hello.
And the most important gentlemen who are here with us are Nathanius and Dark. Dark is also affectionately known as Lynn. Hey, guys.
Good morning.
Hello there.
And these fine gentlemen, as I'm sure many of you already know, are two of the developers of Star Trek Continuum, which is, of course, a total conversion for Homeworld Remastered. And that's what we're going to be playing today.
We are.
So what kind of match are we going to be playing, Bane?
We're going to be playing a 3v3 in the TNG era. It's a deathmatch. We have Armada-sized fleets. We have standard resource multipliers. And basically, all you need to know is that Nathanius and Dark Sentinel, or Lynn, are teamed with me against Hugo, Corey, and Draconis. And because I have the developers with me, I'm expecting a great victory to occur.
Total
today.
victory.
If he knew
Total
anything about
victory.
actually developing mods, which he should, he would know that that means he is guaranteed to lose.
We
Are
do
you
play
trying
the
to-
game less than we should.
Don't say that now. You're supposed to say you're going to win. All right, okay. So that's what we're doing. So basically, you will see perspectives from each of us. We're all recording tonight, so I'll be playing the Romulans. So if you want to see the Romulan perspective, obviously you should be watching my video. If you want to see the Klingon perspective, then watch Goal's video. And if you want to see the Federation perspective, then watch Corey. And also, you can check out my previous videos on Star Trek Continuum because I've been playing it like loads. Like literally loads, as those Draconis, in fact. So that should mean that if I lose, I was just feeling not very well. That's all it means. Nothing to do with my incompetence at all. Zero. And of course, we're going to ask loads of questions to the developers as we go through the video as well and try and get some juicy secrets and information out of Nathanius and Dark Sentinel about what's up and coming in the mod, or as much as they'll tell us, of course.
Whatever we
Indeed
can
so.
remember at this early hour.
At this early hour. I should mention it is very, very early, Nathanius. In fact, he described to me that he was actually nearly freezing to death as he got out of bed to come do this video with us because it is very early in the morning there, where it's very late in the evening here. So if he's speaking absolute gibberish, it's because he hasn't drunk enough coffee. And if Goal is speaking absolute gibberish, it's because he also has not drunk enough coffee.
Or he's
There we
drunk.
go.
I'm not sure there's enough coffee in the world to
Right.
stop me speaking gibberish.
But I'm sure you guys don't want to hear us waffle on. So without further ado, I'm going to click the start game button and we're going to load into the game and win. And we're going to talk about Continuum as we go. So,
Like to interject and say that waffling is one of my very few skills. So let's not take that away from me.
you do
Do you have
waffle.
a special waffle iron?
Oh, I really want waffles now.
He got the limited run Bette Midler waffle iron.
That'd be so good.
It's like the old, like the Disney pancake shape makers where you just pour the batter into the middle, but it's for waffles and it's shaped like Bette Midler.
So I'm going to start with the first and most obvious question. And I know you've probably answered this a million times, but for those that have never seen the mod before, why Continuum as the name?
Because it goes from the first part of the time continuum in Star Trek through to the last. It's a continuum. And eventually we are.
continuous.
It starts
Station.
in the ENT era, doesn't it?
Yes.
Acknowledged.
Well, at the moment, there isn't really a
Prepare the
huge
docking bays.
link between the eras, but we are hoping to be able to have a separate game mode later, where you can, actually
Set
do
a new
more
course.
with that.
Oh, very nice.
Starship construction commencing.
We have a new ship for the fleet. I'm delighted. She'll call it Larry.
Larry's a good name.
Starship complete. Beginning construction.
Ready for duty.
And I am building mining freighters.
Construction
Because I've heard they're
complete.
important. Apparently
Oh.
they give you resources.
I've got to be like right on the edge of enemy territory here.
Starship complete.
We're all friends here. There's no enemy
Right.
territory.
That's
I feel
not-
Starship complete.
not exactly true.
Construction complete.
I'm feeling quite safe because one of my allies is not too far away from me. Yay!
I'm feeling quite isolated.
So, Nathanis, how long has Continuum now been in development, all the way from the beginning in Homeworld? It's been a long time, hasn't it now?
Quite a long time. Let me think.
Ready to work.
Prepare the docking
We
bays.
were originally another mod until that sort of fell
Construction
apart.
commencing.
All work crews
2011.
report to station.
Awaiting
Wow,
new
that
orders.
That is a long
Will
time,
do.
actually.
Prepare
It's a
the
day or
docking
two.
bays.
Starship
counting-
complete.
If you're counting in days,
Lay in a
it's-
course.
And what's changed during that time, kind of,
Starship
not just from a team
complete.
perspective, but
Make more
from a
room in the
vision
cargo bays.
perspective?
All work crews report to station.
Well,
Awaiting
the
new
vision
orders.
of the mod as it is now
You got it.
came about.
Construction complete.
Make more room in the cargo bays. Aye, sir.
Geez, I don't even know.
Starship
2014
complete.
Okay.
to have it with the different
Research
errors.
complete. Station
But,
construction commencing. Construction complete.
We haven't really tried to change too much since then. We've just been trying to fill in the gaps.
Which can't really be that easy.
No, well, for a lot of us, like you guys are uniquely positioned to have a lot of talented modelers just actively participating. Whereas
That's true. We've been very fortunate.
That's not always been the case for me. I mean, having Dark and Major Stress fairly active on the team has been a very recent occurrence in the mod's lifetime.
Now,
it's
Major
just-
Stress, if I'm correct, he's prominent in
Ready
Trek
to
modding
work.
for a very long time, hasn't he, as well?
Will do.
Oh yes, he's quite, you
Awaiting
could
new
say he's
orders.
venerable
Aye,
you
sir.
could, you could.
in the modding community. He was on the original Sins of the Prophet, and oh no, sorry,
Quite
Sins of-
sure he was one of the early developers of Sacrifice of Angels as well.
Yes, that's
I think he was even in the
I,
Empire War community at one point. He might have been doing a Wing
Yes,
Commander
yeah.
mod at that point.
And I think he was in Bridge Commander as well. He's really been around.
Beginning construction.
Has
lot nicer
having
That
those
way.
is having those new assets or new team members to help given you any different ideas for ways you'd like to expand the project, or is it really just trying to now accomplish the things that you would have liked to do before that you may not have been able to?
It's mostly accomplishing things that weren't possible before, but you've got new ideas coming through, and like for example, Dark was interested in helping us with our Cardassians, and he didn't want to stop
Beginning
at fixing what
construction.
was already there, so we got a whole Cardassian race.
Nice.
Well, it's not whole at now. It's, I guess it still requires more work.
It's coming, which is more than it used to be.
And I can think of at least one person who's incredibly excited about that. Go.
Just a smidge.
I know, Draconis has been talking about it. Oh, sorry, someone else.
And the Cardassians have always been top 2 for me, but the Romulans are always going to edge them out in my heart. They're not green enough, as far as I'm concerned.
Green-blooded monsters.
But the thing is, I always see the Romulans as kind of like the original bad guys, really, to me. More so than the Klingons.
Are there any other races that you'd like to eventually try to tackle, or?
Well, we've
Starship
got the Gorn
complete.
in progress. There's, I don't know if you've heard of Ad Melman. He's quite prolific with the Star Trek Armada community. He does some of the best low poly, some of the best low poly models out there.
Station complete.
And that's,
So,
I presume, primarily for Armada 2.
Yes, that was what he's been doing it on.
Is he part of the fleet ops group?
Construction
No,
commencing. Beginning
as
construction.
far as I can tell, he's not been really part of any
Starship
organized
construction
modding team.
Commencing.
Ah, so you've nabbed him.
Construction.
He's still
complete.
doing other stuff in and around the rest of the Gorn ships.
Starship
But,
complete.
Oh, there's a probe.
I'm gonna take a look and see how Mr. Guldukat is doing over here.
If there's a probe, I guarantee that is
Starship
the
complete.
Draconis.
Draconis. Yeah.
There is now
Oh,
no
no.
probe.
Not the Draconis.
If it's early probes, it'll be the Draconis, guaranteed.
I'm having some freighter issues though.
Good. I have no sympathy at this point.
Research complete.
Long may you be stalling in your ambitions, sir.
Construction complete.
I'd like everybody to know that we've got a new ship for the fleet.
I'm playing Klingon 2, and that keeps coming.
It's a thing.
I've been trying to find a way to get the notifications to thin out somewhat, but yeah, no such luck.
It's a very difficult thing to do, I think, especially with notifications of that nature. You can't really stop them,
Research
can you?
complete. Beginning construction.
So
Unless you're tracking them and
Starship
Sorry.
I'm
construction.
noticing there's an
commencing.
option, obviously, every time you build a ship in each era, you have the choice to permanently enhance their offensive or defensive capabilities. Is there any
Beginning
advice on that?
construction.
Because generally I was always clicking
Starship
at offensive
construction
because guns.
commencing.
But is there a real choice between those two? Like, do you find
yeah,
that
it's
gives
like
you
a
an edge?
10%. It's a 10% move in either way. So I find that if you have things that are maybe scouts or doing something like that, then oh, hello. Sorry, a little distracted. If you have things that you're wanting to last longer, then the defensive one's good. So like steam runners and the Raptors for the Romulans.
Begin a sensor scan.
Fighters are a good one to put the
Starship complete.
defensive improvement onto.
Yeah.
Standing by.
No. Quick spin around on some of my ships here, so no one kill me while I'm doing that.
I think I'd like to have a look at your ships. You're over here, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Battle stations.
See, what have we got? I can't say any of the names because our opposing team might just get the edge. And I can't allow that.
Oh.
Lovely.
You could say that I'm feeling quite intrepid this game, and there's Norway we're going to lose. Wink, wink.
You're feeling particularly defiant today.
Okay, Gull, don't just give it away.
There's no other chance you're going to lose.
Well, at least I have you here to help me cling on to victory.
Oh, it's so bad. Right, I've just got a quick question about models. Texturing, in fact, more so than models. With the Federation, I'm just looking at a couple of the
Construction
Federation models
complete.
that I can see
Starfleet.
of Corey's. The coloration that comes from, say, I always call them the Buzzard, but I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, and somebody will take the piss. But
Starship
from the Ramscoops
complete.
and the nacelles themselves, blue color and the red coloration. Is that actually a light source that's projected onto that ship, or is it something that's textured in?
It's a light source.
Oh, that's really cool. That's something that Sins doesn't do so well. So it's nice to see that there's a mod that is doing it well.
There's a lot of things that Homeworld doesn't do well, but that's actually one point that they've done fairly well. It's the lighting in the games, although it can cause a bit of havoc when you're trying to get the ship set up the first time.
Construction commencing.
Standing by.
Oh. Goodness.
Oh, indeed.
Oh my.
Oh, I just completely missed my cue.
No, I'm still sucking at warp jumps.
Starship complete.
Don't warp anywhere. We've told you about that.
None of my miners are mining.
Where are we needed? Bring us there.
Just decided they don't fancy it.
Send them to your outpost instead.
That does sometimes kick them into gear.
Oh, I've
Prepare
noticed
the
that
docking
too.
bays. All work crews report to station.
They're throwing what we like to call in the business a wobbly.
Starship complete. Research complete.
Don't panic, everyone, but I managed to walk my fleet
Starship
back to my base
complete.
eventually.
I wasn't super concerned.
Well,
Happy for
should
you,
be.
but
You should be concerned.
Another thing that sometimes helps with
Prepare
the
the
freighters
docking
is
bays.
if you just decide to move them a
Set a
few
new
inches
course.
occasionally.
Lay in a course. Proceed. Acknowledge.
If it's trying to move, that's what does it.
Beginning construction.
One of the things that Homeworld doesn't do exceptionally well is movement. So
Construction
I've
complete.
found I just saw that
Research
myself, and I was just
complete.
playing around with getting it to work.
Prepare the
But
docking bays.
the best way to make sure that your resource collectors are
Starship complete.
docking is to make sure your mining freighter is at a complete stop.
Ready to work.
It's interesting to note.
You got it.
Construction
So
complete.
it's the S key
Helm.
to just
New
stop
course
it.
heading.
There's a little button at the bottom right hand side as well, isn't there?
Aye, sir.
You can utilise.
All work crews report to station.
Oh
Starship
yes, if you're
complete.
the visual.
Looks like a
sort of-
man saying no.
Awaiting new orders.
Starship complete.
Ready to work.
Oh god, what have you?
Concentrated power, excellent frontline killer, main assault ship.
Make
Not
more
very
room in the
effective
cargo
against small
bays.
ships.
You got it.
You don't need any of those.
All work crews
Okay.
report to station.
I don't think you should get any.
I think I want all of them.
Look,
Will
I'm
do.
saying this as a friend.
Dane has found one of my mining colonies, it looks like.
Has Bane found one of your mining colonies? Bane has found one of your mining colonies. Hello, mining colony.
He would have noticed eventually anyways.
Looks like we found one of Bane's mining colonies also.
Yeah.
Have you found one
How's
of
that
mine
feel?
mining colonies? I can't see your probe. I think I'm going to die first. I think this is all going to be ganged up on me, isn't it? This is how it's going to go. But it's all right because the funniest and Dark will
Station
come to my
construction
rescue. I'm sure of
commencing.
it.
We'll do our best.
And so you should.
We've got a new ship for the fleet.
Alright, I might
2 I've got now.
Standing by.
To be fair,
I
I've
won't
got
do
no
that yet.
money.
ooh, in that case.
I think we're all at that point now that we've got like no funds.
I blame our deleting freighters.
I think it's because I'm being
Bring
greedy and
up
building like
local
6
star
ships at once.
charts.
That might be the reason.
Target primary systems.
Gotta pace yourself.
Research
Go brace
complete.
yourself.
Research complete.
We lack the
Research
resources.
complete.
I know we
We
do.
are sustaining heavy damage
No,
from the
you-
nebula.
no, you-
Research
Uh-oh.
complete.
Uh-oh.
Research complete.
I don't want to sustain heavy damage.
Get out of my... Corey,
What?
Stop destroying my mining facilities.
But I don't want you to have an economy.
Yeah, but I want me to have an economy.
Okay.
To the rescue!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You're not supposed to defend
Vessels
your
are
stuff.
under attack.
Begin a sensor
Oh,
scan.
well, I know.
So,
Take a look and see what's going on.
well,
Construction
Corey's attacking my
complete.
mining facilities. And then Corey just ran away like a little bitch.
Wow.
Unsurprisingly, given the amount of ships that just turned up.
Thank you.
Stations.
I mean, not thank you
Looks
as
like
much as I'd be thanking you if you had actually turned up to support your allies, but
Changing heading.
That's alright. Don't worry, Corey. While you were destroying my mining colony, I was destroying your mining colony. So we're even.
it's not what I see as even. I see that as you
those griffin
cheating.
glasses.
I cheated. How is that cheated? I don't know what you're on about.
Do you like your
Just
griffin
tell me where
glasses,
to
sir?
go.
My griffin glasses.
Mm.
They're lovely.
Entering
Lovely.
coordinates.
Prepare the docking bays.
Well, we all got out safely. That's all that matters.
Starship construction.
You destroying my
commencing.
micros has achieved nothing.
Starship
you realise
construction
it's
commencing.
nothing.
It was a moral victory.
Research complete.
By the way, we're like this all the time. You guys are just having to get used to us. So, in terms of up and coming features, what's your next big sort of concentration going to be on? Is it obviously filling out? We talked about filling out the Cardassians. Is that your primary at the moment, just to get the
Construction
Cardassians finished now?
Station construction commencing.
Well, we're
All work crews
still
report
going
to
over
station.
models that were automatically converted from the old Homeworld 2 game.
Yeah.
That's actually almost finished. All of the combat ships in the game have had a once-over to fix up like team stripe textures and giving them badges where they should have them, and team colors, and like lights even.
Yeah.
Beginning
Some of the ships
construction.
were really dark. But
Starship
the next thing will be
commencing.
extra races.
Construction commencing.
A general question about Homeworld Remastered, actually. One thing that we've kind of noticed in the transition between Homeworld 2 and Homeworld Remastered is Remastered
Station
generally
complete.
seems to be a
Beginning
much darker game.
construction.
Have you had to take steps to cope with that?
I think it's mostly our maps. We've
Okay.
tried to do semi-realistic maps, but that's not always
Acknowledged.
worked very well.
Not as easy as it might seem, I suppose.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. I did some changes to the specular values
Understood.
on maps before, like just for the June patch, and it seems to have done nothing. But yeah,
Starship complete.
I'm sure given time you'll get it exactly how you want it, though. I know. It's your modding, isn't it?
yeah,
We await
it's
your command.
always a work in progress. Forever and a day.
Construction complete.
Have you got any action on the horizon? Anything fascinating occurring?
On the New Horizons?
We have we have to see the ships before we do anything about that one. We've got some ideas on the Borg. Doing proper assimilation is going
crews
to be
report to
interesting,
station.
but there's a lot of in-game mechanics for actually showing the assimilation,
Starship complete.
which could be quite good. We could get some random Borg chunks and scale them to the different ships dynamically, and have them like play a growing sort of animation
Unable
as
to
the ships
build.
become assimilated.
Begin a sensor
So
scan.
if we can figure out the actual capture mechanic without having a ship latching to another one, then that'll come along quite nicely.
Follow
Just
my
never
lead.
say anything random in Remastered. It's not multiplayer safe at all.
That's true.
Station complete.
The random function is pretty bad online. That was the cause of our issues when I did the last game with you guys.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Just tell me where to go. Alter course.
It is in the process.
Okay, Draconis, have you won for us yet?
Oh, go on.
All crews stand ready.
Sorry?
Adjusting.
I was just asking
coordinates.
Draconis if he's won for us yet. This is unexpected.
I'm just freighter managing right now, trying to get things working.
Prepare the docking base.
Uh-oh, I'm out of units. I mean,
We've
I have...
definitely got at least one ship. So
Well, I'm pretty sure, Corey, you've been the most aggressive so far.
It's cost me dearly.
I don't think it has, to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest about this. I think you're
Starship
talking
construction
rubbish.
commencing. Research complete. Insufficient
I
dilithium.
finally got 2 fighters on the battlefield. I feel confident.
Research
Such
complete.
lies. I bet he's got an entire armada already.
Feel a little bit distressed that you wouldn't trust what I was saying.
I don't trust anything you're saying.
Oops.
Oh.
That sounds like panic.
What's happening? There's a gold game
I
in
don't-
there.
I don't see any red dots.
Starship complete. Construction complete.
Where have all the red dots gone? I mean, dirt dots.
Where are me bleeding probes?
I see a Klingon
Oh.
Unable
shipyard.
to build.
But
Uh-oh.
can you? Because it's going to cloak in a minute. Whew. Now you see me. Now you don't.
It wasn't you.
I know. I'm not playing the Klingons. I'm playing the Rommusans. I'm playing the. I wish I had some credits right now. Corey
Research
destroyed
complete.
Welp. I wish I had some credits right now, but Bane destroyed them all.
it all. Well, it was a good trade.
Maybe.
Nafanis is playing the. I'm not really sure what I want to say right now.
Just sitting here looking at the USS Typhon build off or research option, and now I can't research it because there's a bunch of little Banes over on my resources.
There
All
are a
crews
bunch of little
report
banes
to
over on
station.
your resources, and I wonder why the little bunch of little banes are sitting there on your resources. I'm really busy right now. Anyway, I'm trying to build a Dederidex because they're big, powerful, and scary.
Set a new course.
Nathan, do you need
Awaiting your
help out
orders.
there?
Acknowledge.
Just a bit. Someone's had
course.
resources coming
Proceed.
in where I haven't.
Make more room in the cargo bays.
You should have said, Nathan. Why didn't you say it earlier? You could have just yelled for help. Come
Battle
running.
stations.
Help!
My warping skills are not what they're cut out to be. I'm pre-warning you.
I don't have enough resource units to do the jump.
Oh, Draconis is there as well. Oh, this is going to be a very big battle.
Oh, I definitely don't have enough resource units to do that jump.
I got the last of the dilithium from this rock.
Starship complete.
I got the
Everybody
last of the
here.
dilithium
No.
from this rock.
Oh, this is cool.
Construction complete.
I don't care if I die.
Ooh, Kavex.
I got the last of the dilithium from
Someone's
this
getting
rock.
fancy.
Standing by.
Okay, what? Sorry.
Begin a sensor scan. Entering coordinates. Battle stations.
Right, I'm gonna slowly fly over there, I guess.
By the time you get here, your allies.
Oh,
will be
it's
dead.
over already, I think.
Victory for our team.
I like that Vela's class. It's beautiful.
You looking at my ships?
Yeah, man.
That's all right. I'll let you off. I can understand why you'd want to look at such wonderful ships.
Will Lisa help out with my whole 4 ships?
Follow my lead.
You had 4 ships.
Yeah,
Crew
I
standing
cannot
by.
build anymore.
This could explain a couple of things.
We await your command. Bring
Sounds
engines to
legitimate to
full.
me, if you ask me. Perfectly legitimate.
You're supposed to be me ace in the hole. What are you playing at?
What? My resources
Entering
are
coordinates.
working.
I think I spent too many of my resources on that raid on thing.
The failed raid, I mean, that one.
How was I supposed to know it was going to cost that many RU? Am
So
I supposed to
when we were
read?
talking about this counting towards the grudge match total earlier, we were serious about that, right?
Oh no, that was totally a joke.
Oh, look at that Doderidex. It's so pretty. So
Huh?
pretty.
You've got a bloody donkey dex.
I've got a donkey dex. It's so pretty. Do you want to see it? I'll bring it to you in a minute.
I don't think you should.
That's right, Chris. In fact, I don't even know where any of your bases are because I've not really bothered scouting.
That's fine. Continue to not know.
All work crews report to station.
I'm relying on
The
my
docking
allies
bays.
to tell me where your bases are.
All work crews report to station.
That's what's happening right now.
Oh, incidentally, guys.
You got it.
But guys, I mean, guys who are watching. Cardassians are, of course, in the mod. There's a couple of little things that Nathanius and Dark wanted to have a look at before I showed them off, but I will be doing in the near future. I'll probably do that as a single-player skirmish, just so I can waffle away at myself and
So, Nathanius, I've not covered it yet, but there is obviously the new invasion mode. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that mode and how it works?
So, the invasion mode is from a mod that's now called Homeworld Fulcrum.
Mhm.
It was Homeworld before.
Yes. And it was Cyber, or Eat the Path, depending on which forum you're in, who donated or shared his script with us. He calls it survival mode in his mod. It's entirely his work, and all credit should go to him. We changed out what ships were being spawned, and that's about it. So I recently got it working for Homeworld Remastered. Apparently, I had everything set up correctly, but everything was too expensive.
Construction
So yeah, nothing could start. So I fixed that, and things are running now. I've done a TMP error one as well, which is the only place you'll see the new Gorn ships.
Yeah.
for now.
I see.
Set a
So
new
yes, you can
course.
have Gorn invaders
Awaiting
in
new
TMP,
orders.
and yeah. So I'm going to be bringing out more invasions as we go along. They're just going to be carbon copies of the
Starship
TNG one for
complete.
now, but we'll add more variety and all that.
Make more room in the
One
cargo
thing
bays.
that is going to be interesting is for the Ent era, I'm
All
going
work
to
crews report
split
to
up the
station.
invaders into the individual races. So you can pick just Vulcan
Prepare the
invaders,
docking bays.
or you can have like coalition of planets for if you want
Proceed.
everyone showing up.
Ready
Right,
to work.
okay.
Will do.
Yeah. So that's only been out for 2 patches, so there might still be some bugs. But yeah, it works pretty well, and it gets quite frantic quite quickly.
As always, it does. What I know that people will be dying to know, but when will, because we get asked this a lot, obviously when we were first working on it, but when will the Dominion be playable?
Unknown.
There. What
Tell
is
those
it?
secrets. Unknown. I
Well,
mean, are there plans to make them playable? I take it is that something that you guys want to do?
There are plans, and we have models from Ad Moment, enough to do a whole race. So
Mhm.
it's just time. It's just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. You heard it here first,
Standing
folks.
by.
A matter of time.
Acknowledged.
And why do you get? Do you have an active? I should ask. Do you have a big active community now following the mod? And how often do you find you get feedback and comments
Just tell me where to go.
around the mod?
Well, we have We have about 16,000 people who have downloaded the mod on Steam. And people comment on the feed there, and that's often a good first indicator of how a patch has gone. There's 3 or 4 people who come back and check it regularly. Like there's this guy called Rambo2525 who's a bit of an unofficial moderator for the thread there, which is quite helpful.
Battle stations.
But we don't have our own forum.
Understood.
Or that sort of thing per se.
Yeah.
Let's see how everybody else is doing in the aftermath.
Rebuilding. Slowly.
First, take a look at Corey, see how things are going there.
I'm making some sort of trek across the stars here to this resource field.
Begin a sensor scan.
Are you Star Trekking across the universe?
I'd be a little bit concerned about Bane's Talon classes.
Yeah, that's that will be dealt with in short order here.
Standing by.
Things are going reasonably for all involved. I sadly I can't see how Bane's doing, but I'm sure people will be having watched his video screaming at me, telling me I'm doing a terrible job.
You are doing. That's a lovely fleet. Look at that
Course.
The Corey's fleet that's just decided to show up near mine.
Would you like to leave peacefully, or would you like to leave in like nice big explosions?
Oh, it was a trap!
Leave my entire Romulan fleet on you and destroy you, as per every Romulan tactic.
Run, Corey.
Nope.
Back to the bulwark.
Gonna be a Dodera Dead class. I have faith in the Federation. Plot armor.
Do you have faith of the heart?
All crews stand
Oh,
ready.
looks like
Oh, he's
Dark is
targeting
also
my-
attacking in your home system.
Just tell me where to go.
Or your home area, maybe I should say.
In my home world.
Yes, that's the one. Oh, Bane is lagging, which means I might just win by default.
Strategy worked.
Again, am I?
Apparently.
It's all the graphics. It's a little bit laggy.
There we go, that seems to have resolved.
Oh no, it's frozen again. Oh, there we go. Now it's back.
I was relying on my 4 turrets to actually kill. Hey, we're Federation friends. You can't do this to me.
He can do it to you. He is
We
doing
can't.
it to you.
It seems to be happening, I'm afraid.
It's morally wrong for him to do it to me, is what I'm trying to get at.
Begin a sensor
Morality.
scan.
God, the
Oh,
Well, the
I think
Dodera
they
Dex
found
is now
it.
in a deep state of Kelnorine.
That was just such a poor joke that I don't even know where to hand my head in shame.
Standing by.
You know, for every
Who's actually doing
Dodera,
it, huh?
Starfleet.
every Deredex you destroy, I just build 2 more.
Well,
We prefer to refer to them in the business as the Donkey Dexters.
What do you mean his fleet's doing it? His fleet's dying.
Vessels are under attack.
Doing well. Feeling it, man.
Standing by.
Are you trying to give him false hope?
A little bit.
Crew
Feel bad,
standing
man.
by.
I'm not contributing anything to his defense. I'd like to be the
noticed.
first to apologize.
We await your command.
Let's take out that Kira, and then we'll focus on the Intrepid.
Bring up local star charts.
Ah, the Intrepid.
I think I'm gonna lose this battle.
Why
Yeah.
so?
Oh well.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Good looking, Corey.
Alright, this would be the perfect time for you two to strike. I got him distracted.
Nathanius is coming in for the party as well.
It's not really a party.
Not for you.
It's like my living room's already wrecked and then some guy shows up at 3 a.m. to just stomp on the couch.
I'm afraid, sir, my lack of resources might make this a...
I need more starships.
And my lack of starships, yeah.
I have an
also-
alternate possibility for you guys. Ah? Wow.
What happened, Corey? Have you become our enemy?
I considered other options.
Fascinating. And what kind of options are they?
Nothing, dear.
Seem very interesting.
Have you actually changed sides, Corey?
No. None of you accepted. I mean, I'd never do that.
I ain't even mad.
Corey,
Gotta do what you gotta do to survive.
Starship construction commencing.
As long as I have a shipyard, there's hope.
Starship construction commencing.
That's the spirit, Corey.
Shipyards, you say?
He can fix that.
Oh, you're gonna fix my shipyards for me? Thanks. They're a little damaged from the crossfire. Your ships don't appear to be repairing my shipyards. So,
Yeah.
if you could get on that. I don't know if you're aware of it or not.
I know. That's, where is it? Passive.
Corey, I'm really, really sorry, but I'm afraid we can't allow you to use any of our mining sectors in Romulan territory. So I'm going to have to destroy your bottom mining fleet as well.
This was agreed upon as a demilitarized zone under the Treaty of 2017. In that my military has been removed from the zone.
So Corey's enjoying the mod.
With much protest.
So,
I
Nathaniel,
enjoying the mod with protest. Yeah.
No,
Do you
my
ever
fleet was
think
removed with
you'll,
protest.
see a time where you will have
Starship
the Borg as a
complete.
playable faction?
Oh.
We have some plans.
Some plans.
We don't know how
Be ready
feasible
for
those plans
anything.
are. So
Ready phasers and quantum
Like-
torpedoes.
the capture mechanic in Homeworld
Vessels
is you
are
go and
under
latch
attack.
onto a ship, and then it begins the capture process. There is no remote
Ship at
capture.
full readiness.
You can script in some stuff where it'll transfer ownership of a ship, of course, but the Borg. Well, just try and picture a Borg cube latching onto a Defiant class.
Yeah.
That's the problem we have with implementing the Borg at the moment. So once we've figured out how we're going to do the capture mechanic, then we'll be able to implement the Borg in full. We may do a assimilation-free Borg. It's like, oh, they're already perfect. They don't want your shit. That's why they're coming to destroy you. That's another option, but it's Plan B.
I think that'd be interesting, really, because the Borg are obviously quite powerful. And we know in War 359 they kind of just destroyed most of the ships. So I suppose that would work, wouldn't it, in some ways?
Yes. We're looking at being able to dynamically scale the hit points of the Borg ships as well, depending on how many allies they have. So you can count the amount of players, and I think you can count teams. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if you've got 3 players against 1 Borg player, you should be able to put a multiplier on that to mean that they'll need to take 3 times as much damage to kill a ship, which would enforce cooperation, which I believe is what STA3 was doing with the Borg, or its predecessor.
Yeah, similar.
Well, I can now see the entire map, so joke was on you guys.
We have a spy.
And would you say, relatively, that is impending?
There's a lot of things I would say to people who helped me defend my territory.
How would it?
I brought my ships over. And you changed sides, so some of your miners may have died as a result of a random crossfire.
Apparently,
He didn't actually change sides.
We all rejected him, changed sides.
He just left the alliance. Oh, bless.
I'm just playing a little bit of a resource management game right now.
Off-world trading
Constantly
company.
pressing stop on your freighters.
Yeah, they keep getting stuck under the freighter wings, and I have to destroy them and build new ones all the time. So
I just hammer stop a few times, and that tends to help out.
I don't know.
I think I know what's going on with that. I updated the minimum path for ships to find a path around, just for this last patch, and it looks like the freighters are trying to avoid the miners more than they should.
Oh.
Which is introducing a little bit of jitter and making the paths a little bit annoying.
So that's not a dog path.
No, that's my fault. Sorry.
Curious.
I forgive you.
I'll fix it. I swear.
So, has anyone found either Draconis' or Gull's base?
I have.
Where is it?
It's
Don't stay in deep space.
Outer space.
Thank you, Doc.
No problem at all.
I'm glad you're here to help.
Well, I am always here to help.
It's very reassuring.
Out of interest, guys, a lot of the models that you get, are they custom designs by yourselves, or are they inspired by pre-existing designs? I mean, there are some, of course, like say the Negvar, but the Tokvar class, for example, haven't seen a design of that variety before.
Katokvar is it's a new design by Herbie Guitar or Charvel, depending on the forum you're in. He did that from scratch as a sort of like a contemporary to the Prometheus.
Okay.
Imagining where the next stage of the Vorcha would go.
Vorcha, yeah. I was going to say there are certain design elements, similarities. It's quite an interesting one, I must admit. That there are incidental design similarities with earlier vessels as well, aren't there?
He put a lot of thought into it.
I do like it. It's got like part of its profile is very kind of. I suppose you'd call it similar, or at least it alludes to a Katinga, particularly at the back end.
I think the bridge module is quite similar as well.
I think the bridge module is quite similar to a Vorcha.
Doesn't it have that rounded dome on it?
No, it doesn't. No.
Oh, then ignore me. It's too early. I'm speaking
Let me
too
zoom
much.
in. Well, it does at the back. You're quite right. It does have the rounded dome at the back, but then 4 of it, it's got a similar kind of like, I suppose, a similar profile to the bridge of the Vorcha, kind of like the long flat. Long
I
flat.
just
I'm
saw
very
a-
good at describing things.
I just saw a whole bunch of explosions.
Where is the explosions?
It was somewhere that I misfired a probe.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna observe the game.
It's so down to just go.
Oh shit. I've got faith in me.
Wait, did I miss an invasion of Draconis? Oh.
No?
No, I think Draconis has given up.
Is there a way to do just the player colors instead of the yourself team enemy?
There's yellow for ally,
Right.
green for yourself, and yellow and red for enemy.
Yeah. Is there a way to change that into showing like the player's chosen color from the menu, or is it just limited to that paradigm?
I don't think that the team color is really stored anywhere that we can access for that. Like they're hard coded, those 3 colors.
Yes, I just meant as like a game
And-
option in the game natively to change
No.
whether it's showing like that. So. All right.
I understand. It's just thinking on it.
No. Seems that my resource collectors are blinking out of existence.
It would make it a
That
lot
may have
easier
been
to
me.
observe after losing if I could see when, instead of red ships jumping at other red ships, if it were red ships jumping at yellow ships.
Is there any way I can
Awesome.
ping my base so we can have a fight?
Well, if you just
No,
give us a
but-
clue, as you know, you're high, low, in the middle.
You may have noticed that there's numbers on the pie.
Yeah, he's
Or
straight
when you
along
hit
the
the space
0
bar?
degree line.
I'm right at 0 degrees, probably about halfway up with regards to map height. Right next to a resource field.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me!
You
I'm
had a
gonna
probe
take a
there
f-
earlier, but I destroyed it before you noticed.
And Nathan was pretty much directly between Draconis and Gull. I thought for sure we'd be able to do something with that, but
You tried.
and we failed.
I was assisted by my.
Well,
Hey, I see.
Yeah, hear
I
that,
see
guys? He was
ships.
assisted.
I want to join the party. I want to join the party. I want to join the
I'll
party.
hold my ships off. I'll hold my ships off.
Don't touch my scouts! Oh, you don't see it.
That's not the right place, Bane. You leave my resource stuff alone. They're innocents.
Oh, you have a pretty big fleet there.
Yeah, let's rock and roll. Warp them in, baby.
Did you build the inhibitor? Yes, you did.
Warp them close, baby.
Where are Gull ships? Oh, that's Bane's fleet.
Ooh, the light sources look good on Klingon ships. Beautiful red.
Well,
Ah, there you are.
Are those naughty men going to come and visit?
I may visit. I just have to navigate the traffic.
Gull, don't let them visit. They're very impolite guests.
Well, at this point, I just want to see a light ship. And I know they're good for it. I watched your base die. Let's go. You get some Romulans in here, thank you.
Decloaking high.
does anyone need resources?
Yes, please.
Can I have a shipyard along with the resources?
I think no.
Then no deal.
Oh, that's a fleet.
Which one?
All of them.
Disabling the Negvar.
Don't disable my squats. I'm
It's
trying
out.
to kill Romulans here, Klingon friend.
That doesn't
How
work
do I
on
leave
them.
the alliance with myself? That worked out well for Goran.
I'm not saying it was the best strategy, but I worked with what I had.
Do you want to kill the Klingons?
Did you hear that, Nathaniel?
I'm on your side.
He's a good Klingon, though.
Yeah, you're like the House of Targ.
Oh, he called you a Targ.
I'm upset because that's called the Norexian class. Hey, look, the Federation have turned up. I think you should betray each other and let me watch you kill each other.
That'll be a very short battle on my side, indeed.
I think Dark will win with his 3 galaxy classes.
I think it should happen. I certainly think it should happen.
I certainly think we should just kill you. That's what I'm thinking. That sounds like a good start.
I think that's cowardice. The highest proportions.
I think your cowardice is the highest proportions.
Good comeback.
What?
Why is one of these
Oh,
still...
look at that.
Are you still cloaked?
Oh, wow. Did a bunch of your fighters just get destroyed?
Whoa. Yep.
There's blast damage from the.
Oh, that is
Ships.
rough. Bring your Daenerys decks closer to my heavy shipyard.
It's just a
Negatory.
little bombardment at the moment.
I do like all the effects though in this mod.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's very pretty. Ha ha!
Beautiful.
No. The alliance
No.
has fallen.
Not beautiful.
Another grudge match. What?
No.
See how we did. Yeah, I definitely struggled for resources there. I didn't
don't
realise I
think-
was struggling, but clearly I was.
I'm pretty sure I didn't struggle for resources there.
No, you had a good time there.
You're
I'd
rolling in
say it
dough.
was
Clearly, me
Apparent-
playing this mod quite a bit has helped.
I think it
Yes,
may
you-
have.
doubled everyone on resources, and except for Lynn, you've got a pretty damn good combat total.
But I got
feel a little bit
16% of my
sorry for
research.
Draconis in this
so,
respect. If we take a look at, if you go to resource and see how many harvesters that Rick built, he was desperate for a resource and it just wasn't happening.
Yeah, it didn't work at all.
Oh,
I just gave up. I was like, I don't want to play resource. I'd rather just observe the game.
I think
that
the
point.
truth is though, if Draconis had played, we would have had a lot more trouble with our.
Well, I'm sure we'll play more games in the future as the mod continues to develop. Now, as to the audience, if you guys have got any questions that you want to ask the mod developer, stick it in the comments of any of the 3 videos that you can see, and I'm sure you'll pop on at some point, won't you guys, and have a go at answering the questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we'll be including a link to. Is it Steam forums that you primarily operate through now? Or?
If you put a link to the workshop page for
Yep.
the mod, then that's the best way to get people to get onto it.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
We're not going to do anything for GOG for the foreseeable future because of the rapid pace of development for the mod. When that's calmed down, then we'll do another upload. But we wanted to keep everyone on the same version for the moment.
And what
Okay,
a
guys, well,
version
I
it
think
is.
that's about all we've got time for today, isn't it? So, thanks so much for joining us and sharing this glorious victory for the Cardassian Union. I like to think I won that morally because I didn't play as the.
Because you didn't play Cardassian. That's it.
I mean, the Cardassians are the only ones who didn't lose any ships in that, so really they did win.
Exactly.
all the rest of the Alpha Quadrant powers. Perhaps, Nathanius, once you have got the Cardassians working again, we can do a rematch, and we'll have you guys back, and we can do another game.
I'd love that.
That'd be fun.
Excellent. Thank you, Dark, my worthwhile ally, as well as Nathanius.
You're always welcome.
Yeah.
Your support was greatly appreciated at all.
Thanks to my quitters.
I died as a hero. Thank you.
Corey, hero of the Federation.
Thank you.
Corey lives up to his channel name once again. Corey loses. So I think that's about all we've got time for, though, in this recording. So thanks for watching, guys. And as always, this is Goal, Bane, Corey, Draconis, Nathanius, and Dark Sentinel signing out.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.